On June 7, leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi revived the debate around voter roll manipulation in Maharashtra. In a strongly worded editorial for the Indian Express titled Match Fixing Maharashtra, he accused the BJP of a five-step strategy, from adding fake voters to rigging the EC panel. He claimed that voter rolls were inflated with fake voters. His evidence that more new voters were registered between 2024 Lok Sabha and Assembly election than in last 5 years. Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis was quick to respond within just a couple of hours. In the Indian Express, he wrote that Rahul Gandhi was confusing those he can't convince and accused him of spreading baseless charges against the democratic process. Now both sides were throwing big allegations. Gandhi calling it rigging, Fadnavis saying it's a routine. How do we actually know what's really going on? I'll tell you. Since last year, I have been tracking the issue of voter lists. How many are added, how many are removed, and whether all these processes make sense. In our series, Broken Ballots, last year, I investigated voter lists in Delhi and Uttar Pradesh and found hundreds of cases of targeted deletions. This time, with these claims being thrown back and forth, I decided to look at Maharashtra. It's a state with 288 assembly constituencies. So digging through the data would take a massive team and even bigger resources. So we simplified and started with a litmus test. Vishal Vaibhav, a former IIT Delhi professor, and I decided to pick one high-profile constituency. And what better to start than the seat held by Chief Minister himself, Nagpur South West. We found that between 2024 Lok Sabha polls and 2024 Maharashtra Assembly elections, just 6 months, Nagpur South West added 29,290 new voters. That's a whopping 8.25% increase, or about 162 additions per day. Now here's where it gets interesting. The Election Commission's own rulebook says that any increase in voters above 4% should trigger extra verification. An ECI official confirmed to us that 4% is kind of a threshold. And if the additions are over 4%, that means there is a reason to double check. But did the double check happen? Polling staff, who are booth level officers, who are in charge of maintaining the voter list of a booth, told us that no such verification took place. In booths with the steepest rises, they either didn't verify new applicants at all or couldn't locate them. One such booth in Nagpur South West is booth number 174. It witnessed an unprecedented spike of 24%. Its BLO, SP Nagvanshi, told us. This time, the district election office had received applicants from over 300 new voters. I have not signed the application form of these new voters. I have only registered 8 to 10 new voters. Only the district office could answer that. On the polling day, I was shocked to see voters that I had never seen or even heard of turning up for voting. But on that day, it's not the BLO's job to verify voters before letting them to vote. That's not all. In our random check across 50 booths, we found 4,393 voters with blank or non-existent addresses, roughly 21% of voters in some booths. How could this even happen, and why should this concern you? Well, adding so many unverified or untraceable names could easily mean fake IDs, bogus voters, or even targeted manipulation. We shared our findings with the Election Commission of India. The EC spokesperson told us that any increase or decrease can happen and that migration has become very mobile. Depending on the voter list updation time, we follow the whole process. There are BLOs, booth-level agents, claims and objections. Everything gets settled after that. So it's a natural growth. The spokesperson also said, I'm just here to tell you the current clear legal position. There was no problem in the Maharashtra elections. Our electoral roll is absolutely pure. As per ECI guidelines, district poll officials are expected to ground verify a certain number of applications for additions of voters in their respective districts. We asked, if their findings are documented and can be made publicly available for scrutiny. But they didn't reply. So naturally, this kicked up a storm. Rahul Gandhi shared a story on X and CM Fadnavis fired back. The CM claimed that there are 25 constituencies that saw over 8% voter increase between 2024 Lok Sabha and Assembly elections, and 5 of them were won by Congress. To back his claims, he listed 5 examples: West Nagpur, North Nagpur, Vadgaon Sheri, Maharashtra West and Mumbra. Vishal and I looked closer and we found the numbers shared by the CMs don't add up. For example, the electorate in Maharashtra West rose by 6%, not 11% as claimed by CM. The constituency was won by the Congress Aslam Sheikh. Importantly, our analysis of the EC's statistical reports show that out of 288 assembly constituencies in Maharashtra, there were 19 constituencies that saw a spike of more than 8%, and the Congress won in none of these constituencies. The BJP and its allies won 16 of the 19. So, we again reached out to the EC to ask about the discrepancy between the data shared by the CM and its own statistical reports. The EC said that if it had the data on additions in these 5 assembly seats, it would have given it. These are important questions on elections and processes, on political parties and their claims, and on the role played by a constitutional body. These are the questions that we could ask because we don't take ads, and we could ask these questions because our subscribers have our backs. This is the investigation that we plan to continue across booths and assemblies in Maharashtra. But we need more of you to support us. So click on the link below in the description, and that's all it takes to join our tribe. And pay to keep news free.